Okay, so now we're going to look at solving linear equations with brackets. So here you may be asked to solve equation 5 open bracket 2c minus 3 close bracket equals to 19. So let's get started. So again, I like to rewrite this below. Okay. Now, really and truly, when you first look at this, you may be afraid. You may be like, oh, I can't do this, but you can. From what we looked at earlier, we've looked at how to expand brackets. If you don't remember, you can go back and check the previous videos. I believe it's probably the first or second video in this whole series. But if not, here's a recap. So we're going to just basically expand the brackets here. So we're going to times the 5 by the 2c, which is 10c. And we're going to times the 5 by the negative 3, which is negative 15. Okay, and that's it. Expanding brackets is just timesing the brackets, timesing the numbers out, or the terms out. Then we have 19 here, so equal to 19. And then you just treat this like a normal equation. So the opposite of minus 15, or taking away a 15, is adding a 15, and that's what we'll do to both sides, add 15. The equation now becomes 10c is equal to 19 plus 15. So 10c is equal to 34. So we know that 10c is equal to 34. So we want to get c on its own. So we will now divide both sides by 10. This leaves us with c being equal to 34 divided by 10. And 34 divided by 10 is 3.4. So c is equal to 3.4. You may be asked also to solve linear equations with unknowns on both sides. So this is when stuff starts to heat up a little bit. So let's look at it. So yeah, you may be asked to solve equation 4 open bracket k plus 7 close bracket is equal to 12k minus 4. So again, if you want to give this a go, feel free to pause the video now. All right, so if you've given that a go, well done. So let's have a look. So again, instead of copying exactly this question down, what I'm going to do is start by just expanding this side straight away. So 4 times k is 4k. 4 times 7 is 28. And that's equal to 12k minus 4. Now, in this scenario, you want to still find what the value of k will be, but we come across a little bit of a problem. We have k on both sides. We've got 4k on the left and we've got 12k on the right. So to find out what k will be, or to solve this question, what we need to do is move all the k's over to one side of the equal sign. So whichever side you choose, it doesn't matter. And I'll even show you 2 versions of this. So let's just say what I would do, I'll just move all the k's to the right. And the reason why I've moved this 4k to the right is because I would like to move the smaller k. So if that was any other term, I would always try and move the smaller one that I'm trying to solve over. And you'll see why in a second. So this 4k on the left, to move it over to the right, would have to subtract 4k on either side. So that leaves us with 28 is equal to 12k minus 4k minus 4. So now what I'll do is move the minus 4 over to the left, because we want to group all our numbers on one side as well, like we have been doing. So the opposite of minus 4 is plus 4. So we're going to add 4 either side. We now have 28 plus 4 is equal to 12k minus 4k. 28 plus 4 is 32. 12k minus 4k is 8k. So we're nearly there. all we need to do now is get k on its own. And to do that, we need to get rid of this 8 in front of it by dividing both sides by 8. Okay, so we divide both sides by 8. So now we have 32 divided by 8 is equal to k. So 32 divided by 8 is 4 equals to k. So therefore we can write that as k, let me try and make that look better, is equal to 4. That's the answer of this equation. So that's one way of doing it, one way of looking at it. So I'm about to show you the other way. So another way of looking at this is by moving the 12k over to this side. So to do this, I'll subtract 12k on either side of the equation. Doing so leaves us with 4k minus 12k plus 28 is equal to minus 4. I will now move all the numbers over to the same side. So I'll move this plus 28 over here by taking away 28 on either side. So we now have 4k minus 12k is equal to minus 4 minus 28. Simplifying both sides gives us, so 4k minus 12k is minus 8k, and minus 4 minus 28 is minus 32. So now to get k on its own, you divide both sides by minus 8. Doing so now leaves us with k being equal to minus 32 divided minus 8. So k equals 4. Same as what we got previously. So it doesn't really matter which way you approach this type of question. As long as your maths and balancing is correct, you will always get the same answer.